The Honours Committee is a committee within the Cabinet Office of the Government of the United Kingdom formed to review nominations for national honours for merit, exceptional achievement or service. Twice yearly the Honours Committee submits formal recommendations for the British monarch's New Year's and Birthday Honours. Members of the Honours Committee, which comprises a main committee and 9 subcommittees in speciality areas, research and vet nominations for national awards, including knighthoods and the Order of the British Empire. History. The honours system is an ancient one, particularly in Britain. Ethelstan, king of the English in the 10th century, was knighted by his grandfather, Alfred the Great. Knighthoods were originally conferred as a military honour, often on the battlefield. Later it became customary for only the reigning monarch to bestow the honour. Other honours beyond knighthood were later established, including the Order of the Bath in 1725. In the 20th century, the ceremonial branch of the government was created in 1937 with the sole purpose of overseeing the honours system. In 2001, the committee became officially known as the Ceremonial Honours and Appointments Secretariat. Since 1993, members of the public have been eligible to nominate individuals. Government agencies may also formally put forward candidates. All citizens of the United Kingdom and Commonwealth nations can be nominated. Following his retirement as permanent secretary to the Lord Chancellor's office, Sir Hayden Phillips prepared a report in July 2004 to the Cabinet Secretary suggesting a reform of the current honours nomination system. The next year, following recommendations made in Phillips' report, a new system of 8 committees was organised, with each committee focusing on a special area. The committees are composed of senior civil servants and independent experts in specific fields. The majority of the honours committees are non-civil servants. Each subcommittee oversees nominations for its specialized area: arts and media, community, voluntary and local services, economy, education, health, parliamentary and political service, science and technology, sport and state. The individual committees assess the nominations and pass the nominations to the main honours committee, whose members select the final list of nominations that are passed to the Queen by the Prime Minister. Following the Cash for Honours scandal, the main Honours Committee is required to determine that an individual's nomination for an honour has not been influenced by campaign and political contributions. According to the Cabinet Office's 2011 report, the main Honours Committee must satisfy itself that a party political donation has not influenced the decision to award an honour in any way. The committee must be confident that the candidate would have been a meritorious recipient of an honour if he or she had not made a political donation. The Cabinet's Honours Committee nominates civilians-only military honours, such as the Victoria Cross and the George Cross, sent to the Queen by the Honours and Decorations Committee of the Ministry of Defence. The Honours Committee also does not make nominations for peerages, which are created directly by the monarch. Committees. Main Committee: Sir Jonathan Stevens KCB. Chair of Arts and Media Committee: Rupert Gavin. Chair of Community, Voluntary and Local Services Committee: Dame Claire Tickle. Chair of the Economy Committee: Sir Ian Cheshire. Chief Executive Officer: Kingfisher plc. Chair of Education Committee: Sir Daniel Monaghan. Chair of Health Committee: AJ Kaka, Baron Kaka. Chair of Parliamentary and Political Service Committee: Michael Spicer, Baron Spicer. Chair of Science and Technology Committee: Professor Sir John Bell, Regius Professor of Medicine, University of Oxford. Chair of Sports Committee: Lord Coe. Chair of State Committee: Dame Mary Marsh. The Cabinet Secretary: Sir Jeremy Hayward. Permanent Under Secretary of State for Foreign Affairs: Sir Simon Fraser. The Chief of Defence Staff, General Sir Nick Houghton. Another Permanent Secretary, Arts and Media: Rupert Gavin. Chair, Historic Royal Palaces. Julian Fellows, the Lord Fellows of West Stafford. Dame Liz Forgan DBE, journalist. Dame Julia Peyton-Jones DBE, Director, The Serpentine Gallery. Luke Rittner, Chief Executive, Royal Academy of Dance. Sir Peter Stothard, Editor, The Times Literary Supplement. Sue Owen CB, Permanent Secretary, Department for Culture, Media and Sport. Leslie Evans, Permanent Secretary, Scottish Government, Community, Voluntary and Local Services. Dame Claire Tickle DBE, Chief Executive, Hanover Housing Association. Evelyn Asante Mentor OBEDL, Interim Chief Executive, BHA for Equality. Melanie Bryan OBE, Social Entrepreneur, Why Not Change? Dilwar Hussain, Co-Founder, New Horizons in British Islam. Dr. Angus Kennedy OBE, Chief Executive, Community Regeneration Partnership. John Knight CBEJP, formerly Director of Policy at Leonard Cheshire Disability and Board Member, Charity Commission. Dame Barbara Monroe DBE, Chief Executive, St Christopher's Hospice. Brian O'Doherty, Head of Housing, Newcastle City Council. Noreen Oliver MBE, Founder and Chief Executive Officer, BAC O'Connor Centre. Sir Nicholas Young, a former Chief Executive, British Red Cross. Melanie Dawes CB, Permanent Secretary, Department for Communities and Local Government. Richard Heaton CB, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Justice. Sir Derek Jones KCB, Permanent Secretary, Welsh Government. Mark Sedwell CMG, Permanent Secretary, Home Office. Chris Wormold, Permanent Secretary, Department for Education, Economy. Sir Ian Cheshire, Chief Executive Officer, Kingfisher plc. Dame Helen Alexander DBE, Chair, UBM plc in Chancellor, University of Southampton. Dame Colette Bodie BE, a former Chair, Office of Communications. Anya Hindmarch MBE, Fashion Designer and Businesswoman. Brent Oberman CBE, Entrepreneur. Helen Mayhe, Chair, Renewables Infrastructure Group. Dr. Yvonne Thompson CBE, Entrepreneur. Martin Donnelly CMG, Permanent Secretary, Department for Business, Innovation and Skills. Sue Owen CB, Permanent Secretary, Department for Culture, Media and Sport. John Kingham. Leslie Evans, Permanent Secretary, Scottish Government, Education. Sir Daniel Monaghan, Chief Executive, Harris Federation. Dame Rachel de Souza DBE, Chief Executive Officer, Inspiration Trust. Marion Matchett CBE, Civil Service Commissioner for Northern Ireland. Peter Williams CBE, a former Chief Executive, Quality Assurance Agency for Higher Education. Dr. John Guy BE, former Principal, Farnborough Sixth Form College and Independent Chair, Surrey Health Clinical Commissioning Group. Dame Ashik Emka DBE, Principal and Chief Executive, West Nottinghamshire College. Martin Donnelly CMG, Permanent Secretary, Department for Business, Innovation and Skills. Chris Wormold, Permanent Secretary, Department for Education. Dr. Malcolm McKibben, Head, Northern Ireland Civil Service. Health. AJ Kacker, Aaron Kacker, Director, Thrombosis Research Institute. Dame Christine Beasley DBE, Chief Nursing Officer for England. Dame Ruth Carnell DBE, Chief Executive, NHS London. Sir Ian Gilmore, Chair, Liverpool Health Partners, University of Liverpool. Karen Middleton CBE, Chief Executive, Chartered Society of Physiotherapy. Dame Janet Husband DBE, a former Chair, Royal College of Radiologists Council. Sir Nicholas Partridge OBE, a former Chief Executive, Terence Higgins Trust. Sir Simon Wesley John Maddox Prize winner, Director, King's Centre for Military Health Research, King's College London. Dame Sally Davies DBE, Chief Medical Officer. Dame Una O'Brien DCB, Permanent Secretary, Department of Health. Andrew Goodall, Director General, Department for Health, Social Services and Children, Welsh Government. Parliamentary and Political Service. Michael Spicer, Aaron Spicer, Member, House of Lords. Diane Bevan, Chief Operating Officer, National Assembly for Wales. Robin Butler, Aaron Butler of Brockwell KGGCBCVO, Member, House of Lords. Ellen Hayman, Baroness Hayman GBE, a former Speaker of the House of Lords. Peter Riddle CBE, Director, Institute for Government. Sir Robert Rogers, Baron Liz Vane KCB, former Clerk of the House of Commons. Mark Harper MP, Government Chief Whip. Dame Rosie Winterton DBE MP, Labour Chief Whip. Science and Technology. Sir John Bell FRS, Regius Professor of Medicine, University of Oxford. Sir Tony Atkinson FBA, Senior Research Fellow, Nuffield College. Dame Glynis Breakwell DBEDL, Vice-Chancellor, University of Bath. Julia King, Baroness Brown of Cambridge DBE, Vice-Chancellor, Aston University. Martin Rose, Director, Martin Rose Limited. Dame Nancy Rothwell DBEFRSDL, President and Vice-Chancellor, University of Manchester. Sir Mark Walport FRS, Chief Scientific Advisor to HM Government. Gareth Davies, Director General, Knowledge and Innovation, Department for Business, Innovation and Skills. Julie Williams CBE, Chief Scientific Advisor, Welsh Government. Sport Lord Cozy HKBE, Chairman, CSM. Giles Clark CBE, Chair, England and Wales Cricket Board and Director, International Cricket Council. Baroness Gray Thompson DBE, former Paralympic athlete. Hon. Tim Lamb, a former Chief Executive, Sport and Reaction Alliance. Timothy Phillips, a former chairman, All England Lawn Tennis Club. Graham Taylor OBE, a former England football manager. Sue Owen CB, Permanent Secretary, Department for Culture, Media and Sport. Dr. Malcolm McKibben, Head, Northern Ireland Civil Service. State Dame Mary Marsh DBE, Director, Claw Social Leadership Programme. Baroness Bottomley of Nettleston JPDL, Member, House of Lords and Chair, Board Practice, Hodges Burnson. Dame Susie Leather DBEDL, a former Chair, Charity Commission. Elizabeth McKee-Eakin, Non-Executive Director, JD Weatherspoon plc, and former Civil Service Commissioner. Dr. Diana Walford CBE, former Principal, Mansfield College, Oxford. Dr. Susie Walton, Deputy Chairman RSA, University of Westminster and Internet Watch Foundation. Sir Jonathan Stevens KCB, Permanent Secretary, Northern Ireland Office.